Alright, well, I'm going to show you guys the backup system. And right now I'm in my garage. Really cool how they have this work. Not only do you have a camera, but you can also, on your left-hand side, just like your normal mirrors, you have a right or a left, and I choose the right side. And what this will do is this will make your mirror, when you put it in reverse, go automatically down to see the bottom of your tire. You can either have it not do that or to do that, either on the right or left side. So when I pop it into reverse, you can just watch that mirror go down, and the mirror will go automatically down, so it basically goes in the next to your tire. Now that beeping noise you hear is my garage is not incredibly large, but it's basically telling me that if I were to go forward that I would hit something. So there's the camera. You have three different views. Let's get away from this stuff. There we go. You have three different views for your backup camera. This is, I believe, the wide view, normal view, and look at that. You can, when you hook up your trailer, which is pretty cool, gives you a view of your hitch. Okay, so we're just going to back up. Unlike the Cadillac, because I've rented a Cadillac, these things right here will give you directional. So like if you turn the steering wheel, it will actually show where your trajectory is. It does not do that. That is a nice option. So that their backup system does not have that. So if that's important to you, that's something to think about. You do have 4 sensors on the outside, and it really does help a lot. The camera's going to adjust to the outside light. There we go. And we can see my other car in the rearview mirror there. There's my other Honda. Real fan of Hondas. And as you can see, I'm not going to hit anything because that's what little yellow is. The trajectory really doesn't really matter, in all honesty, but you know. So we're going to go forward, and I'm going to basically give you guys a nice review of the Honda Pilot. And so I guess we're just going to start up this review right now. Okay, folks, well, here we are again. Now we're on the interior. I do have the vehicle running, so if you hear a small hum, that's the engine. That's what it sounds like on the interior. Let's just listen to that. Now, this is inside a garage, so obviously it does echo. When you're actually outside in the driveway, you cannot even hear the engine running, so it's so for those of you that like to start your vehicle twice, that might be an issue. This is your gauges. Now, for some reason, it doesn't look like that center gauge is actually showing up for some reason on the camera. But that is your information center, and you can customize that with all kinds of little things, like your instant fuel miles per gallon, outside temperature, all kinds of different stuff. And that's all controlled by your little buttons over here. So you have buttons that you push, and pull. Okay. You also have your typical phone buttons and your voice commands, which can control everything from your air conditioning to your heater and all that stuff. Everything. You can control everything with your voice. You press this, say heater on. It will turn your heater on, all that different stuff. So you can navigate your different menus with all your buttons over here. You have your cruise control all on one side. Some vehicles have them on both sides, like my Jeep. Very obnoxious. It's just one side. All your cruise controls are right here. This is your radio controls. You have your mode, which cycles through your AM, XM, all your different stuff, CD player, etc. Volume, which controls the volume, and the channel. Now, the only complaint I have is Hondas in general, the channel. I don't like to surf my presets. I like to just spin through all. I don't know, I just like to have control, but I wish this was the scan button, where you could just scan through every radio station. Especially when it comes to XM, where you have like 200 channels or something, where you just want to just scan through them. and I don't want it to automatically scan. You do have your automatic scanning mode, but I just prefer to have control of it. This channel thing just scans through your presets. So your presets being what you have identified as your favorites. You have a total of 12 presets for each band, and but I live in an area where you just have tons of radio stations. So, like I said, every other radio station sounds great. So, the interior is real sharp. I love what they've done compared to the previous years. You do have a nice little area for your phone, your wallet, all that stuff out of the way. Well away from drinks that might spill. So I really like that. You have your navigation wheel, which controls all kinds of stuff. Map. You got your cancel button, which is really awesome. If you go to some place and you just want to go back, that's your back button. Really cool. Audio. You have your day and night. You can control instantly if you want to have it dimmed or whatever. Because you know how sometimes it's like in between. So for instance, like when it's around 5 p.m. or 6 p.m., some vehicles will go automatically because your headlights go on and then it goes to night mode and you can barely see any of your stuff. Well, you can press that and keep it on day mode manually, basically, which I've used actually. That's a neat little feature. Your phone, the minute I got in the car, my iPhone synced automatically with this. Everything that's on my iPhone menu-wise is now on this. Pretty cool. I can look at my phone history. I can look at who I dialed. I have my whole phone book on here. Really cool. I really like it a lot. And it's very easy to navigate. So I'll show you how to do that. You have your button right here. It'll give you a disclaimer like they always do. Let me see if I can do this without jumping you around. Automatically it goes to your map. Alright. So we can go to info, trip computer. Check this trip computer out. It will tell you your instant miles per gallon. Let me see if I can rev it. Nope, it won't show me that. Anyway, it shows your instant, your previous miles per gallon. As you can see, and this is me hot dogging around, on average I'm getting 20 miles per gallon. Alright. I found when I was driving to and from my work, which was mostly highway miles, and I was gunning it a lot and kind of having fun in the new vehicle, I was getting 23 miles per gallon. I can see myself on a long road trip getting 24 miles per gallon pulling my trailer. So that's really good for a car of this size. You have a lot of room in here. Everybody is very comfortable. So it's a nice deal. So you can kind of see what your driving habits are. Let's just go back. You hit your back. It'll show you traffic accidents. You hit that, it tells you all the traffic accidents in the area. You got your clock and your wallpaper. You can set up different clock modes, settings. You can do different types, clock adjustment, clock type. You have analog, different stuff like that. I prefer the standard. Kind of gives it that classy look. I kind of dig that. You can download from the USB attachment, which is right here. You can download your own little wallpapers from your phone or whatever. Pretty cool. Your AC controls are very handy. Let's just turn on something here. We'll just turn on the AC. Now, check this out. I'm going to just keep it on auto here so you guys can see. You have your driver's side, which is 72 degrees. You have your passenger side, which is to the right of me, 72. And then you have your rear. Right there. It says rear. You can control the rear right down in here. This is the temperature setting for auto. You can also rear lock. What that will do is, if you have kids that like to play with the buttons, you can lock everything. You can lock all the little buttons in the back seat. You can lock your windows, you can lock everything. Alright. You have your car seat warmers, all that stuff. Really easy to control. Everything's really easy. Now in the back right here, you can kind of see this. Let me see. Whoops, sorry about that. You can see it's set at 72. You also have all your buttons down in there also that will control that. Fan speed and all that. I haven't learned how to control the fan speed up here for the rear. but like I said, I still have to read the owner's manual. But you can control the temperature. So if you like to have your stuff on auto, it's not an issue. Okay. You have plenty of heat vents. You got heat vents in the back all over the place. The whole place just explodes with AC and heat when you need it. So everybody will be comfortable. No, there's no shortage of vents in this vehicle to make everybody comfortable. What else do we have? Oh, look at this. You might be able to see me morning time. Hello, morning. Right here you have a conversation mirror, and this is where your sunglasses go. Hold on a second. I've never touched this, so there you go. Your sunglasses go in there. You can close up all the way. And that goes like that. Pretty nifty. You have vanity mirrors for driver and passenger. Your typical Honda Accord ones. Very high quality. Anything that's Honda Accord is high quality. The steering wheel. Now the fit and finish is... It feels like the same material as the Honda Accord, but I don't know. If I had to pick one being maybe better, the Honda Accord. Yeah. But it's... Like I said, the fit and finish is really nice. I looked at a lot of other vehicles, and the fit and finish is really... The touching points are nice on this vehicle, but the stuff you don't see is really nice. If you look underneath this vehicle, you can see how beautifully these things are manufactured. They really are manufactured nice. Nothing's rusted on the underside. Everything has, torque marks on it. They just really take a lot of pride in these vehicles, and they're all made by machine, so you take that human element out of it, which is fantastic. If you don't like the beeping when you are about to hit something, for instance, like let's go forward. Alright, now you can see it says warning, we're approaching an object. Okay, and it'll show you what side too that you're approaching, either the right side or the left side. Now let's go a little closer. Bam! Now it's telling you better stop. Okay? Now if you don't like that, you can turn it off. And the whole warning system is off now. Okay? So it's something to think about. If you don't like the beeping, you can turn it off. Okay? You can turn off your stability control. You got your typical parking brake right there, just like American vehicles. You have auto windows for your front occupants. You have lock, where you can lock all your windows. I'm digging this. I like the big little handle there. Feels really solid and nice. Has the typical Honda feel. Fit and finish wise, the sunroof feel is not as nice as the Honda Accord. It just feels, I don't know, just different. Not as nice. But that's just this door. I don't know. It makes a funny noise there. I really don't like that. It's still nice. Let me see what else. You got your little plugs here. Oh, here's your... You got no light in your glove box. I wish it had a light. That'd be nice. Okay, so for the off-road system. Okay, because I did tell you guys that off-road capability was a factor for me. I do some light off-roading. But since I have a little daughter and these are our primary vehicles, I really don't have money, disposable income anymore, where I can just go out and break stuff and say, I'll work on it later. So what I do want is the ability to go through some mud, snow, some dirt trails, because we do go to the mountains and all that stuff. This vehicle has full-time four-wheel drive. Not full-time, but I'm saying it has front-wheel drive, but when it loses traction in the front, it will automatically transfer energy to the rear. Okay, it feels really nice. It's like you can't spin these wheels. It's kind of like just before the minute one wheel spins, another one is compensating for it. It's really cool. You really feel like you're on the road. Very tight. The four wheel drive system is really neat on this vehicle. I'm digging it. It's brainless. It's thoughtless. You don't need to think about it. It does it all by itself. Now what you do have though is you have the VTM4 lock, and that's this button right here. Okay? The only gears that this works in is reverse, second, and first gear, and under 18 miles per gallon. And what the 18 miles per hour, excuse me. And what that does is it locks the four-wheel drive system, and it transfers, I believe, 40% of the power to the rear and maintains 60% in the front. And you just have an off-road vehicle at that point. Now, granted, it's not like a Jeep system where you can really trash on it and all that stuff. It is a lighter system, but it works, and it's really cool. So, like, if I try to press this button now, it's not even going to do it. The system thinks for you. All right. So if you're a four-wheel drive enthusiast, this is not the vehicle for you. All right. But if you do weekend trips up to the mountains and you need to go, do some light off-roading, maybe do a few river crossings, this system will be just fine for you. But if you're going to do some serious rock crawling, you might want to stick to the Jeep Rubicon. All right. So if we throw it in reverse, okay, you hit your V, and now look at that. When it's lit up, it's lit up. I'm on four-wheel drive. Okay. Now, if you go into drive, it automatically goes off. If you're in second, though, and hit it, it's on. You go into drive, it's off. Everything is pretty much brainless and thoughtless, and you don't have to think about it. That's what I'm trying to convey there. Sorry. All right, nice long review, because I tell you, there are no reviews on the Honda Pilot at all, and it just drove me up a wall. So like I said, if you're not in the market for a Honda Pilot, I am sorry I'm boring you, all right? Or by now you probably have turned it off. Really cool. I like the buttons. I like the feel of them and the quality. They're just really nice. I mean, you can see that. It's just beautiful. It looks like a piece of jewelry. It's man jewelry. It's pretty nice. Really cool. Look at the close-ups. Let's get some close-ups. How about that? Let's turn on the light here. There we go. Let's get some close-ups. Let's get some real close-ups. You can see that it's really, the fit and finish is really nice. Everything really flows really nice. See that? Everything's nice and tight. Get some real close-ups here. Here's the fit and finish of all that. You can see that it's really built well. This is some of the stuff that people complained about, maybe, is the gap here or whatever. It actually is not a gap. It's just that's the way they've designed it. Granted, on the Honda Accord, you have no lines like this. You have no joining lines like this. Really nice. Everything really does flow very nicely. Hey, look at the steering wheel, how it's wrapped. Everything's really nice. So you know me, I like quality. That's my job in the military, is to inspect things. And it's really important to me how things are put together, because if they don't fit together well, they vibrate, they loosen, and they eventually stop working. So that's what I really dig about Hondas, is they're really built nice. Everything is just really tight, nothing flaps or makes noise that it shouldn't. Just really well built. all the buttons are centered correctly. Like you'll look at some, and I'm not going to name any of them because someone's going to say, well, mine isn't that way. But I looked at a few of the newer vehicles, and if you look at buttons, they might be sitting to one side closer to the other. That bothers me. I like it right in the middle. I like everything just right where it's supposed to be. Oh, I did find something. And maybe it's supposed to be like this, but look at that. See that little lip right there? I don't like that. See that? That little lip right there? I don't like that. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I look for. What's something else I don't like? Oh, I don't like that too. See a little piece of fabric right there? I don't like that. Okay. Now when I look at a Ford or a Toyota or whatever, I do the same thing. So I'm pretty picky. And on those vehicles, I find a lot more stuff that aggravates me. Let me see. Okay, that's nice. My Honda Accord has this thing. It kind of pops up right here. It's kind of gushy. But this one's fitting really nicely. Really good. So these are the fit and finish things that I really look at closely at a vehicle. How the seams are sewn, all that. Because I've owned a lot of vehicles, and I know what goes bad on them. You open up the inside. There's got carpeting in there. It's a nice touch. Really nice touch. Everything is really put in there nicely. You know, they build these cars like you're purchasing a $40,000 vehicle. That's what's cool. I mean, you'll look at some of these vehicles that cost $30,000 and $40,000 and $50,000, and you're like, "Are you serious?" I mean, they couldn't get that right. You know, they couldn't make that line up absolutely perfectly for $40,000. You know, that stuff aggravates me. You know, that aggravates me. So, these are the kind of things that I look for. But you always find something that aggravates you on a new vehicle. And the Honda, typically, has less things that aggravate me. So I hope you guys enjoyed my review. I know my reviews are different, to say the least. But I hope that you guys can see the quality that I see in Honda products. And I am pro-American, you know that. So let's look at the back. See the back? You got plenty of room back there. You know, I've had a Jeep. Hey, let's look at the controls. Look at the back. You got your video game controls. And all that. Absolutely beautiful. They've done a fantastic job. All the little nooks and crannies to put your drinks. Look at that. Little stuff like that. Okay. Lots of headroom. No shortage of headroom in this vehicle at all. And that's about it. I'm going to wrap this bad boy up. So I hope you guys enjoyed my review. Remember, you can change the menu colors. There's other videos on that. You can make it red, amber, green. You can do all kinds of different stuff. There's different types of clocks and GPS modes, and everything's customizable on this screen, which I really dig. Digging it a lot. Route, destination. It's really easy to input an address. It's got like one of them smart knobs, you know, that automatically like finds the words for you. It's kind of hard to explain, but it really works really well. It's pretty cool. So very impressed. The audio sounds good. I don't want to play it because then I'll bust my copyright. But the stereo sounds good. The fuel mileage has been really. I'm very satisfied with the fuel mileage and the off-road capability, and I'm just really happy with my purchase. So check it out. I already mentioned at the beginning of the first video, Ben, man. Ben is the man at Checkered Flag of Virginia Beach. give him a call. This is the guy you want to deal with if you're in the market for a new car. So before you buy that Toyota, before you buy that Mazda, before you do anything, you might want to call Ben. Give him a call. He'll show you a vehicle. If you don't like it, he's not going to pressure you to buy it. He's just going to let you take a test drive. And if you think, the Honda sucks, don't get it. But it's really nothing to lose. You're about to make a $40,000 decision here if you're in the market for one of these SUV crossover things. So you might as well try the best of them all. That's the Honda. But no, in all honesty, when it comes to, you got to really think about what you want in a vehicle. Off-road capability or speed or room or 8 seats or 7 seats. So each one of them has a different negative and positive. And the negative and positives for the Honda definitely, the positives definitely outweigh the negatives. And that's why I made the purchase of this. All right, I blabbed enough. Y'all take it easy. Have a nice day and chala.